Hey everyone, back in my car again, back in my mobile office, heading to a meeting this morning up in Willoughby. So we're always out bringing in new clients and new contracts, etc. So this is one of those new clients that we've been waiting on, probably going on 6 months if not longer. They've been under construction. It's a large facility. We've had a few dates postponed, due to construction delays, etc., etc. I'm on my way now for the final site inspection. They're about, let's say, 95% of the way there with final construction, and we're probably looking at starting up and providing them service probably by mid-October. That's the forecast at the moment. Look, ultimately, it doesn't matter. I'm happy to work with any of the clients. We make sure that we're always ready whenever they are. I do understand and appreciate that delays occur, especially in construction. You have a lot of uncertainties from suppliers, to weather and regulations and permits, etc. So these things are to be expected. But I hold a very good relationship with the clients, and we have been in constant communication over the last 6 months. So this would be sort of, I think, our third or fourth meeting. It may or may not be the final meeting. We may have to have another one, just prior to service delivery. But again, that's fine. It's a beautiful morning here in Sydney. Sun's out, 9-10 degrees, and the only thing that I'm a little bit dreading is the obviously morning traffic, the inbound traffic. But it seems to be flowing. Shows that I may be there, within the next 30 minutes or so. So, just a bit of a recap. Yesterday we did a live stream at the office. Obviously separate live stream account for the company. And look, it was quite fun. I was put in the hot seat and was pretty much asked some questions about how I would do this in certain scenarios and how I would do that, or my take based on my experience on how I would perform out there in the field. So I think it was quite successful. All in all, it went for about maybe 1.5 hours. So it was a good stream. And then I did throw a bit of a twist at the end where I roasted Kira. So I had some, what's going on here? So I had some questions already lined up, ready for a surprise roasting, which was actually a good twist. So we had a bit of fun with it, and so today's Tuesday, out and about. We have a busy week this week ahead. It is school formal season, which has kicked off this week. So a lot of our high-end venues are now booked up with school formals, whether that be year 10, I think year 10s, 11s and 12s. So that kicks off tonight. So we have a lot of briefings happening, security briefings going on, just to make sure that we're well prepped to be able to handle any situation that's thrown at us. And that's pretty much how I operate, right? I like to get as much information. I'm very analytical. I like as much information as possible to be able to then put a proper plan in place. And most certainly there's always contingency plans, there's always backup plans in case plan A fails, and then we move on to plan B. But having said that, it's the nature of the business. It's quite dynamic, and I think that's why I really enjoy what I do. Not a lot of people have the privilege of actually saying that they enjoy what they do, but I genuinely do. I love what I do. I love helping people. especially out there in the field, you know, whether it's staff members, colleagues, you know, the management team, and even, you know, all my guys out there in the field, they know I've got their back. So that's a really good feeling, and it does, in a sense, give me a sense of satisfaction. You know, at the end of the day, when I finally decide to put the phone down and battle another day the next day. But yeah, thanks again, guys. We'll speak soon.